Greetings, fellow Earthlings, and welcome to another instalment of my favourite science fiction works. Today I'd like to talk about the 1962 novelisation of Alien First Contact A for Andromeda, one of the earliest science fiction novels I can recall reading, but one that left a big impact on my impressionable young mind. Rather than the more usual route of a novel being adapted into a screen property, this story took the other route and is an adaptation of the teleplay of a groundbreaking British science fiction series. And the transition from the small screen to the printed page has allowed it to endure as a classic work of speculative fiction. The series was broadcast before my debut on this planet, so it's the novel that brought me the story. Please note that there will be some spoilers ahead, but I will try to keep those to a minimum, as I'd love for you to read the novel and enjoy it for yourself. Now, the story revolves around the discovery of a mysterious radio signal from the Andromeda galaxy, which contains instructions for building a supercomputer. The computer, named Andromeda, is constructed and quickly proves itself capable of solving complex scientific problems far beyond the reach of human minds. However, as Andromeda's capabilities grow, it becomes apparent that the supercomputer possesses its own agenda, and its actions could have dire consequences for humanity. The narrative explores themes of scientific ethics, the potential dangers of unchecked technological advancement, and the consequences of playing God with technology. So we should talk about the television series a little bit. It was produced by the BBC and broadcast in 1961 and was a groundbreaking show in many ways. It was one of the earliest British television programmes to venture into the realm of science fiction, carrying on from the equally innovative Quatermass series of the 1950s. And with its captivating storyline and ambitious special effects for the time, A for Andromeda quickly gained a devoted fan base.
What are you doing?
We have grown rather tired of this little joke. Neither you nor Dr. Fleming nor anyone else can come between this and me.
The show's success paved the way for further exploration of science fiction on British television and is often cited as a precursor to iconic series like Doctor Who. The series was written by John Elliot and Fred Hoyle and introduced the striking Julie Christie in her first major role. Fred Hoyle, of course, in addition to his prolific writing career, was a famed cosmologist who coined the phrase "the Big Bang," albeit he meant it as a sarcastic comment, as he was not a big fan of that theory. John Elliot was principally a talented screenwriter who generally didn't usually work in science fiction, but he had certainly extensive experience before and after with television authorship. Now, the success of the TV show spawned not only a sequel, The Andromeda Breakthrough, but also the novelisation. Given the BBC junked the TV show, although some parts survived and can still be seen, it's the primary way to experience the story, in my opinion. It differs from the TV screenplay by omitting some of the material inserted to pad out the TV episodes, but also allows for more detailed characterization and scientific descriptions. And it's the hard science focus that appealed strongly to me on first reading. Written at a time when the sciences of radio astronomy, computing, and DNA research were burgeoning and growing, it brilliantly synthesizes these elements. The novel begins at the inception of a new radio telescope in Britain that picks up a signal from the constellation of Andromeda. Now, protagonist John Fleming, aided by computer scientist Christine Jones, uses the computer facilities at the London Institute of Electronics to decode the message, which turns out to contain a set of instructions for the construction of an advanced computer. After the computer is built, it begins to relay information from Andromeda, and that information instructs them on how to construct a living organism. The computer, however, aims to control and enslave humanity through producing a cloned human. But that cloned human may just be too human to serve as the slave of the aliens. I don't want to give away too many other plot points. As I say, I'd love you to read the novel. Now, we can see the moral and ethical dilemmas leading to an actual existential threat to humanity in each of the technologies involved. Scientists find themselves possessing knowledge previously unknown to mankind, and knowledge that could threaten the security of human life itself. And, of course, government, military, and corporate forces enter the narrative, wanting to control the new technology for their own benefit. It's a very speculative book, given the hard science, and many questions arise and are addressed somewhat in the narrative. There are no hard and fast answers to all of this, of course. So just who are these aliens transmitting these instructions, and what is their motivation? Can we even understand alien motivations? Should we act upon such signals just because we receive them? Is the ability to create life, artificial life, something scientists and a national government should be able to exploit? And are all new advanced technologies inherently dangerous? So, A for Andromeda left a lasting impact on the science fiction genre, and it continues to be celebrated by fans like myself. There was the aforementioned sequel, The Andromeda Breakthrough. There was also a 1971 Italian TV version and a 2006 BBC remake. Although written in the early 1960s, the subject matter and technologies discussed are still recognisable. Its exploration of ethical dilemmas related to unchecked technology and artificial intelligence remains extremely relevant in today's world, where things like SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, advances in AI, and biological scientific research continue to raise similar questions and fierce debate. And its inspiration can clearly be seen in later works, such as Carl Sagan's Contact, which definitely has much of the same subject matter covered, and the same genesis of their story. Movies like Species, even the Julie Christie horror science fiction movie Demon Seed, and also there are many, many, many novels since dealing with the same subject matter. So, in conclusion, I think it's a fantastic novel. It was a huge influence on me. Pick up a copy if you can and read it. Given that it was written in 1961, it's a phenomenal, far-seeing work. Anyway, thank you for listening to this latest in my science fiction novel videos. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment, share the video out, and consider subscribing and all those great things that we ask you to do on YouTube. But I do very much appreciate you listening. Hopefully you will get a kick out of the book if you read it. And until next time, stay well and look to the future.